2 games down in the NBA Conference Finals, and 2 teams are up 2 games to none. So let's talk some NBA talk, news going on with my guy. His name is Rick Kamla. He's the host of Give and Go on Sirius XM NBA Radio. Rick joins me now. Rick, how's it going, man?
Dexter, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be in a better space. I'm hanging out with you on SNY. Let's chop it up. Let's talk some hoops.
Look, I'm always happy to talk hoops with you. We've done that a lot in the past year or so. We've talked hoops together, but first time you were on with me, so I'm glad to have you here. Rick, let's start with what we saw on Friday night. The 8th-seeded Miami Heat, they won again in Boston, and now they have a 2-0 series lead. Do you believe that the Heat can pull off another upset and get to the finals?
The series is over, Dexter. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Boston is not coming out of this deficit. They're not. They don't have the heart. They don't have the will. Jimmy Butler does. Okay? Boston is talented. They're really good. They're really balanced. They don't have the heart, the will, the force, the power, the energy. All of those intangibles, Jimmy Butler's intangibles are better than your best players' intangibles right now. He took Giannis Antetokounmpo's money. He took Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle's money. Now he's taking Jason Tatum's money, and he's going to take all of it. And, Dexter, I stopped doubting this team. I thought going into Game 5 against Milwaukee that Milwaukee was going to pull off a 3-1 comeback, okay? Miami won that game, and we know how, and Coach Bud got fired about it. And at that moment, I said, I'm done doubting this team. The regular season obviously doesn't matter for this team, so I'm going to let go of that anchor to the regular season and cast myself adrift with this team in these playoffs. And it's been a fun ride. Not that I've been a fanboy or anything. And I did think that the Knicks were going to go long with Miami, be more competitive in that series. So that was a little bit of a surprise to me. But I stopped doubting Miami after that Milwaukee series. Yo, you knock out Giannis, you win 2 games in Milwaukee, the number 1 seed in the entire NBA. I'm sorry, you won me over with that. And we know that they've gone deep in playoff runs, gone to the finals, East Finals last year, so that fabric is there. I'm really done doubting this team. And Dexter, the question is, how many people watching us right now are still doubting Miami? Because if they are, I think they haven't been paying close enough attention. Listen, when a team falls in an 0-2 hole in a conference finals, losing those first 2 games at home, they've never come out of that hole to win that conference finals series. Never. 15-0 when you as the road team go bang, bang on the road, and then you're going back home for 3 and 4. That team has never lost in that scenario in the 77 years of the NBA. Boston is done.
Done. Okay, well, this brings me to the next question I had for you, Rick. The Celtics, they were the favorites heading into the series. How much trouble are they in right now with the series shifting to Miami? You're saying done. Are you not giving the Celtics any shot at all here?
I'm giving them no shot at all, Dexter, and I'm loath to come off as a flip-flopper. I have to evaluate what I'm seeing on the wood, okay? And I've been very disappointed with what I've seen from Boston. Dexter, they have been my pick to win it all since about right around Thanksgiving. I just sort of saw on this team on a mission, winning with Missoula. Tatum was the MVP of the league at that point. And really the first half of the year, they just dominated and owned it all. Tatum was the first half of the season MVP was Jason Tatum. All right, the whole thing is sort of dipped or plateaued, and sort of now the arrow's starting to shift down. Think about it, man. You lose Game 5 to Atlanta, should have never lost that game. Trae Young, big boyed them at the end of that fourth quarter. Let's take it to the Philly series, right? You lose Game 1 at home without Joel Embiid. You allow 45 to James Harden in the game winner. What? And then in Game 5 against Philadelphia at home, you get smoked at TD Garden by 40 or 20. What? Think about it. Boston has lost 5 of, let me get this stat right, 2 and 4. They're 2 and 5 in their last 7 road games in these playoffs. Home games, rather. So Boston's home court advantage has dissolved. And obviously you've seen Miami go in and win these first 2 games. Now Boston's going to Miami. Dexter, I don't want to talk about brooms and sweeps and all that kind of stuff. Boston could come back. They came back from 3-2 down to beat Philadelphia. But this is a deeper hole than that, man. Now you're going to Miami for 3 and 4. They're not going to ultimately come out of this hole. They might win a game in Miami to make it 3-1 back to Boston. But Dexter, they're cooked. They're done.
Cooked, done. Put a fork in them. That's what Rick says about the Boston Celtics. Sorry, Boston fans. Let's shift to Lakers versus Nuggets. Let's shift there, okay, Rick? where Denver has a 2-0 lead. What has impressed you the most with the Nuggets through the first 2 games of the Western Conference Finals?
Good question. The fact that they won both, all right, let's start there. I thought LA was going to go up there and get a split. They were very close to doing that. LeBron misses the 3 in the final minute, against Aaron Gordon there at the end of game 1. And obviously you come very, very close. Jamal Murray has the explosive fourth quarter and they win game 2. Jokic is doing Jokic things, but I thought that Anthony Davis was going to do a better job of limiting him, okay? Jokic is going off. Historically awesome numbers. Like, to me, Anthony Davis could have and should have, taken on, more of a I don't know. I mean, he's done a good job on Jokic, who's basically an unstoppable player. But I thought Anthony Davis, the way he's been blocking 5 and 7 shots a game and doing all this amazing defensive stuff, was going to be able to take a bigger bite out of Nikola Jokic. And we saw in game 2, they started double teaming Nikola Jokic more. I think Darvin Ham needs to continue to do that. You can't keep Jokic comfortable. If you do, he will fry you in the pan and send you home. But what's impressed me the most has been Jamal Murray. The huge fourth quarter, his numbers for the series are absolutely fantastic. And can he translate it on the road? Will he have, one of these patented 5 of 15 Jamal Murray games? You know what I'm saying? He can go on these absolute white hot unconscious heaters, but then he can also hit you with a real dud where he sinks down to 15, 17, 19 points. But Denver's in great shape, Dexter, and I think it's very, very hard at this point for LA to climb out of this hole. You've got to win 4 of the next 5 games against a team that frankly looks better than you. And if you take it long, now 5 and 7 are back at Denver, Dexter, where they're 8 and 0 in these playoffs with an average margin of victory of 12. Okay, so it's a very, very tough uphill climb for the Lakers and Dexter. Ultimately, I don't think they're going to make it out of this hole.
All right, so you got the Lakers also not making out of this hole, but let's take it one game at a time. Game 3 of the West Finals is Saturday night. What do you think the Lakers need to do in order to get back in this series? If they're going to be successful and make it somewhat competitive, what do they need to do, Rick?
Hey, Dexter, can LeBron James make a shot in the fourth quarter? That'd be nice.
It would be.
That'd be nice. Can LeBron James make a 3? That'd be nice. LeBron James is running out of gas, Dexter. He is. We are finally seeing right now in front of our eyes in these playoffs, and it's unfortunate for him and the Lakers, but we are seeing father time with body blows on LeBron James. There's no knockout punch going on here. The stat lines are still fantastic, but he doesn't have enough in the gas tank at 38 in year 20 with 2 or 3 more years on the odometer piled on top of that with all the playoff games. He doesn't have the gas left in his tank to finish off these games. Think Jamal Murray finished off that game. Why? How? He played every minute of the second half. Why was he able to do it? Well, he's a lot younger than LeBron James and fresher and more active and more athletic and all that kind of stuff because he's younger. You know this, all of our audience watching knows this. But that is the cold, hard truth for the Lakers right now. They're making a deep playoff run with a guy in his 20th year. It's like the Lakers back in the late 80s when Kareem was getting up to 39, 40, 41. Okay, he wasn't the same guy. He'd have moments, but it wasn't really that sustainable. And for LeBron, it's sustainable quarters 1, 2, and 3. He gets to the fourth quarter and his tongue is hanging out. So I would say that based on what we're seeing here, and so you can't expect different results, right? I mean, it is what it is at this point. I think Darvin's going to have to do a better job of getting Braun off the floor earlier in the game to save some gas in that tank for the fourth quarter. And then one more thing, Dexter. D'Angelo Russell has to join the party for the LA Lakers. This is a guy who's been living between 15 and 20 points. He's averaging 9 right now. The shooting is in the 30s. His minutes are down. Darvin's pulling him off the floor because he's not really defending. And if he's not making shots, we have to pull you off the floor. His plus minus the other night was minus 25. God awful, okay? And so he's got to join the party, Dexter. They're getting great production from Reeves. They're getting great production from Davis. Overall, they're getting good production from LeBron. They need more in the fourth, but they need D'Angelo Russell to join the party and give them between 15 and 20 points. Dexter, I do like the Lakers to win this game tonight.
You like the Lakers to win Game 3. We'll see if that happens if they get back in the series. Rick thinks the Lakers likely done. Boston definitely done. We will see how it all plays out. That is Rick Kamla, host of Sirius XM NBA Radio. Check him out there. Rick, always good talking hoops with you. Thank you for the time. Appreciate it, my man.
Dexter, you the man. Thank you, and be well.
You too.